Defender back to Big Hugo Colasanti. Sorotsky on the run. That's a goal. Well played, Norwood. They put the first one on the board, but still plenty of errors. A lot of short kicking, but as I say, Norwood have got number one, 7 points Norwood, leading Centrals, 1 point.
That's a great effort by Sorotsky. Look at the heavy bodies going there. Colasanti it was in the end who gets it over Sorotsky, but he's under all sorts of pressure to get that kick away, but it was accurate.
Mackay kicks back. Oh, up high over the top. Fighting. What a super jump. Brilliant mark. Ian Day.
Yes, Peter Bythene got up high, got the sit.
To Graham, threw the ball away. Colasanti applying more than a tackle. Away goes Brett Graham. Awkward bounce for Teal. Over the top to Bythene. Bythene's delivery is superb to Max George on a long lead. And there's one thing that Max George can do. He can kick goals and he can kick them from a long way out.
Sorotsky up over the top. A fine mark pulled down into defence by O'Brien. Pryor. Mark Pryor. At centre half back. Pryor kicks long towards Bythene, gets one hand to it, 2 hands, that's the second one he's taken. Good marks, and he's proving a handful for Jim Teal. Peter Bythene, 45, 50 metres out. Straight out from goal, if he gets onto it, could easily make the distance. Oh, it's not a good kick at all, going to drop well shore. Max George, good mark.
By Central Districts, Max George on the lead again, and they're going to use him, put it out in front. Max George will grab it, and he does. Oh, a big headache for Zatto.
Moore, Van Dommel or Mitzi, Moore again. This time it's Bone. Tries to use his pace to break clear, can't get clear. Moore under pressure. Quickly in now is Brendan Hartfield. Shrugs the tackle, straightens up towards goal and pops it through. What a goal, Brendan Hartfield. Beautifully done, the big fellow. His first goal, and Norwood hit the front at the Oval. 22 minutes into the first quarter, it's 3-1 to 2-5. Moore shoots out a pass. Brenton Graham in position and takes it well, half forward right flank. Now, will George lead? No, yes, he's on the lead now. And it's a beautiful pass too, although he can't scoop it up, he can. Hooks around the corner, I think he's bottled this one. It's a goal. Well, how would you be? This is 4 set shots, and suddenly Buttle's a beauty when he scoops it up on the half volley. Peter Marker.
Well, it's a comedy of errors, really, if you consider the way Max George has played. It's a strange little left foot chip from Brett Graham. What a pickup off the ground. And from the moment he got it, there was no way known that he was going to miss it. Goal number 1 from Max George. He could have kicked 5 in the first quarter, 1 only. Central District back in the lead, 3-6 to Norwood, 3-1. Gets the tap. Lee Stone jumped on by Norwood defenders. Dunstan and everything to Menzel. Menzel got the goals if he wants it. The umpire watching it go over his head. Well done, Menzel. His first goal. Norwood's 5th. 5-5 the Redlegs. 3-7 the Dogs. Tunnel ball. Ineffective. Keith Thomas bounces the ball away. Earnshaw comes in. Thomas looks for Menzel. Brilliant work, Menzel. Gets the free kick for in the back. Not a bad effort from Norton, but then Menzel takes a lot of catches at centre half forward.
To Hughes, 50 metres out, goes for home. He's pulled his kick. Getting back underneath it is Mackay, and he takes it easily. Sends it to the other side, looking for Brent again. Danny Jenkins, well done. Flew high in front of Graham when he looked certain to mark and pulled down a beauty. Have a look at that in replay.
Handball to Gillies. This is one of Central District's few movements forward. All up high went Zatto. Stayed on the ground was Bill Cochrane and took the mark. Say that Central District need a goal badly at this stage because we're 12 minutes in. It hasn't kicked a goal in the second quarter. Bill Cochrane's on an extremely delicate angle, probably 45 metres in distance. He runs. Oh, looked good off the boot. The umpire doesn't move. That's a goal. Zatto, Menzel, well done, Norwood. Good football, good defensive work. Kick toward Graham Hughes. Got a paddock if he wants it. Kicks towards centre half forward. Winters there, takes a chest mark low to the ground.
Throws it over to Gallagher. Sets sail for home. 45 metres out. I think he's going to pop this one through. What a goal! Beautifully done, Phil Gallagher. Set up by Bruce Winter. Gallagher threw in a flash. He steadied, and it was history as soon as it left his boot, and Norwood have got their 8th goal on the board.
Beautiful work, Gallagher, and Winter took the ball low to the ground, and why not give it away when you've got Gallagher running past? Because you've got so much balance, so much ability, and as we often say, give him 9 out of 10.
A chance for Norwood. No, Chris McKay ducks the chutney, but gets out of it well, although Menzel takes the ball off him. Dunstan hooks around the corner and finds Menzel. Norwood have got too many players running in the forward line. Look at the replay.
Follows up beautifully, Gary Menzel. He kicked the ball off the ground, and he ends up with the ball a little bit later on.
Moore and Colasanti. Moore's influence starting to wane a little bit now, although they get it out through Van Dommel. He goes across the half-forward line with a long kick, looking for George on the lead. That was beautifully done. And the pass was a pinpoint one, has found George 45 metres out on a 45-degree angle. The Dogs desperate for a goal now. Into time on by 3.5 minutes and trailing by 37 points. George, 1 goal only from about 7 tries. The kick is a nice drop punt, and the umpire said he's got his second, and that's a handy one. Norwood leading now 10-9 to 5-8 with Max George's second goal. Conditions still ideal for football. The Dogs will want a big lift in this second half to get back into the game, and they get it through Moore and Van Dommel up towards full forward. Max George, if he can get to it, sits nicely for him, 10 metres out, pops it through, and the Dogs have got off to a great start in the second quarter. In the first 15 seconds, Max George boots his second goal, and they go on now to 6-8, trailing Norwood 9-11. Back in defence is Norton, tries to run the gauntlet, gets rid of the ball in a hurry when he's tackled. Colasanti wants to hand off, can't. Hooks high towards the half-forward line. Players set themselves, and the mark should have been taken by Pryor. A walk-in goal to Dunstan, and Norwood have answered the challenge.
The kick towards centre. Andrew H is there. Over the top, Andrew H. Brilliant mark. Number 43 flew high above the pack. Eyes on the ball. Ended up taking it on the chest.
Gets the lead from Winter. He's going to be a leap in the middle of the pack. 1-2 grab. I'd pay that. I think the umpire has. Terry Moore's not happy, explaining to umpire Charles Worth just exactly how he got a hand to it. Let's see in replay. Yes, Moore's got one hand on it. Peter Marker, what are your thoughts there?
Yeah, he had one hand on it. I'm like you, Ian. I still would have paid it, because it quite often happens that more than one player grabs the ball. There's the kick for goal, no mistake at all. Zaddo runs around George, kicks towards centre wing. There's Wilkinson. He came onto the ground to replace Gallagher. Up high went Stone. Runs away. Button hasn't got the pace to go with him. Gillies ends up with the ball. Kicks towards Max George. Platt. Who's that? That's Billy Cochrane. He's taken another mark. Stemper runs away with the ball. Kicks towards the wing. Up high, Moore. Brilliant mark, Moore. What a game Terry Moore's played. Several districts would be in diabolical strife without this player. Here it is. Almost controls it with one hand, and that's difficult to do from that position. Kicks back towards centre.
That's his 18th kick, and he's had 9 marks. Fine performance when you consider we're only midway through the third quarter. Darryl Hart drops the ball. So does Bone. They're still going in hard foot. Menzel waiting the outcome. Scrambly passage of play. Van Dommel comes out with it cleverly around Dunstan, who looks to be struggling to raise a gallop at the moment.
Button shows Gillies an arm and tells him not to come any further forward. Wilkinson up high, takes a brilliant mark. He came on to replace Gallagher and flew over the pack. Here it is in replay. Watch him, he's in a terrible position, but goes high, puts both arms up. Beautifully done.
Darryl Hicks, can't get any lower down than that. He's sitting on the ground, still talking with the hands, wondering what he's saying. I can't lip read.
Central District players yelling. Graham Krieg, it is, gets the handball, kicks towards full forward. Max George is there. Bythane is there. Takes the mark.
The kick in by Zaddo. Out looking for Colasanti. Moore gets one hand to it. Taps it cleverly. Krieg. In there is Platten. Beautifully done.
Here's the mark. Platten throws his chest out at that one, and Nicholson had no chance to tackle.
He wants to play on. He does. Kicks long in towards full forward. It's dropping quickly. And getting underneath the ball is Billy Cochrane. And the former defender playing forward today, who's booted 4 goals, has a chance to even the score up here at Adelaide Oval with his 5th goal.
Yeah, the Dogs have got a bit of momentum in. They're running forward at all times.
Bill Cochrane playing as a permanent forward pocket, coming back after injury. He's only 20 metres out, right in front. The kick is accurate. Goal number 5. The victory salute from Cochrane, thanking his teammates upfield for that one. And the score is tied away, 13-11. Central Districts 12-17 Norwood.
Central Districts running out of centre. By it's Earnshaw who's on the end of that, kicks forward. George on a lead in front, takes the catch. And the crowd yell their approval at Max George.
Gillies at centre half forward. Going to be marginally short. Who's in the air? A big leap. I think it's Bruce Winter. Oh, what a mark, a beautiful mark, and it's Bruce Winter at full back. Gee, watch this on replay. There it is, Bruce Winter coming up over the top, suspends.
Well, 25.5 minutes in, 5 points in it. The kick's not a good one. The roundhouse right by Cochrane over the top. Gillies beating everything in the last quarter, gets the handball away, into the pocket. Hart's got the ball, lines it up. The umpire watches it go over his head. That's the goal. That could be it. Central Districts 15-13. Norwood 12-20.
And Darryl Hicks, a very happy man there. That certainly was an important win for the Bulldogs, their first for season 81, and Norwood yet to open their account, but Central's defeating Norwood at the Adelaide Oval by 5 points. We'll come back in 1 minute.
Seemed to be a struggling side. Where did you finally get back into the game?
Well, I think the players started to get confidence in themselves and, well, believe in one another, and then knuckle down to get that ball. I think before we were just chasing bodies, especially in that second quarter, and early in the third quarter we were just chasing Norwood. Then after that we just attacked the ball, got a bit of confidence back in the game.
Terry Moore and Peter Bytheen gave you a great start in ruck, but Max was missing a few at full forward, which wouldn't have helped, of course.
Yes, but it was encouraging. Max was really going for the ball hard today. He got a lot of touches. I think it was about 5-6 he kicked. At least he's getting the ball and giving us plenty of opportunities to score.
Darryl Hicks pulled a good move in the last quarter when Jeff Gillies went to centre. I thought that he played particularly well in that quarter after having a quiet one.
Yes, Jeff was finding it hard to get into the game, and then we put him in centre where he likes playing, and he lifted. We're just hoping he can produce every week like that.
Neil Button, a disappointing afternoon for the Redlegs. I didn't think they played well at any stage, even though when they were leading at half-time.
No, we didn't play well at all. It's hopeless.
Why?
Why? If we knew that, we'd change the pattern, for sure. Well, I don't know why. Yeah, we play a little bit, then we just stuff around, and we're not continuing with the game. When we get a set of players going, we just don't continue with it at the moment.
I thought with the loss of Gallagher and Brenton Hartfield earlier, the ball wasn't coming into the forward lines too well, but you didn't have too many winners in attack.
No, we didn't have... well, yeah, the goals that we got, we were getting them reasonably easy, I suppose. But then, yeah, we just weren't keeping it coming. And so I suppose it would have looked like we weren't doing too well.
You started at full forward and then you had your first run on the ball for the season. How did it feel to be back in ruck?
Feels nice to be able to run around at your own speed.
How did you pull up? I noticed you're taking more straps off than Farlap after the game.
Oh, he didn't get to have a good strapper, did he?
But no, Neil, I think that Neil Barn would have been very disappointed with your effort.
Oh, it'd have to be, because we've wasted another day. Yeah, we've wasted 3 afternoons now, and we've got a really hard one coming up next week, which if we do that one, we're really down the barrel, aren't we?
Bruce Winter came into the game at full forward where he got 3, then went to full back. Neil was pulling a few moves trying to get you back in the game.
Well, he had to, and the good thing for us was that, you know, Bruce has missed the first 2 with the injured ankle. He's come back today, and he started as reserve, and his aggression, you know, towards the ball, we needed someone like that, so we had to put him all over the track really to try and get it in the back line, get it in the forward line.
What's the chances of Phil Gallagher and Brenton Hartfield for next week?
I think Philip will play for sure, and I don't know about Brenton. I don't know how bad it is.
Billy, well, Darryl Hicks, you know, was looking down the barrel a bit. He wasn't happy at all. He'd lost a lot of players through injury. He must have felt very happy with today's performance to get out of it.
At the beginning of the game, he was looking for a team effort. He wasn't really worried about what the final score was, as long as we could prove to ourselves that you know, we can do it.
Did you come out of the game with any injured players?
No, I don't think so. Stephen Livesey, I think, bruised his ribs early in the first quarter, but he should be right for next week as well.
Bill, you played permanent forward pocket. You haven't done that too often.
No. I've been telling them for 11 years that I'm a forward, so they gave me a chance today, and managed to get 1 or 2.
You got 5 actually. Yeah. Someone told me you kicked 7 from centre half forward last year. Is that right?
Yes, I think it was against West Adelaide at Richmond. Yeah, that's right.
So you're no stranger to playing in the forward division. And how did that ankle
You got the
pull up?
rest of the stats on that one?
How did your ankle pull up?
Not too bad. It's a bit stiff at the end of the game there, but it looks as though it'll be all right for the rest of the season, I hope.
Bill and Neil, thanks for being with us on Channel 9.
Thank you, Ian.
Thanks, Ian.
The voting in the interior joinery Footballer of the Year worth $2,000. Terry Moore having a great season for the Dogs, winning best on ground. Peter Bytheen, a good performance yesterday, and Graham Dunstan, of course, for Norwood, winning 1 point there. The voting yesterday in the Footballer of the Year.